And welcome to another episode of Netflix Football. The European transfer market is up and blowing, and I'm your host Neil to talk you through that. Of course, whom better to tune into on a Thursday night, 9:30 p.m. in the subcontinent. Special segment because a lot of transfer rumors to talk about tonight. Considering the fact, as you saw on the thumbnail and you were attracted towards here, Rafa Varane will take some time on Rafa Varane. But before that, shout out to all of you guys who have supported me. I've announced new partnership today with SALAH and Arena. So you'll be seeing a lot more of that. I am the official podcast partner of that group. So a lot more collaborations to come on the way. A few more announcements to be made as well. So thank you for supporting me. Do hit the subscribe button. Aiming for 2K subscribers before, like, let's say November. It is the realistic target. And you guys can get me there. Of course, you guys can get me there. Other than that, let's talk about starting the video. Let's talk about Paul Pogba. Yes, Paul Pogba. I think Mino Raiola over here is playing a gamble because at the moment he is looking for, realistically, all the numbers that are out in the media are just hogwash. All the numbers out in the media are just simply hogwash because the wages that he's been wanting, he'll never get that in any other club. At the moment, Real Madrid, his probably preferred destination, La Liga, either Barcelona, are at the moment in a financial trouble themselves after having, like, not being able to register new players. Pogba isn't an option for them, let's be clear on that. Real Madrid were very much interested on Paul Pogba, probably successor to Luka Modric, whom they signed when he was 29 years old. So maybe when he is a free agent next term, they might go on and grab him like they did with David Alaba. That might be the scenario, we don't know yet. But at the moment, 400-450k a week, he's not going to get at La Liga. Especially with the salary cap, where there are other lot of players, especially Mbappe, who will command a higher salary, probably one of the highest in the squad. Pogba's future at La Liga seems to be very difficult. At the moment of time, it seems to be rather impossible. Conflicting rumors coming out that Paul Pogba has already agreed a deal with PSG. I think doesn't make sense because he doesn't want to go to PSG. He doesn't want to go to PSG. He wants to go like all the Frenchmen want. He is not a Paris boy, as I'm told. He is not a Paris boy. He's essentially someone who likes the glory. Someone who likes the Royal, like Juventus, like Manchester United, maybe Real Madrid or Barcelona. He thinks PSG to be a step down in his career. Probably PSG 10 years later would be something of a difference maker in world football. But at the moment, PSG is still not the numero uno in world football when it comes to football attraction. They have money, but consider these facts. They are now signed Ramos. They have now like Kimpembe, Marquinhos in defense if they want to play a back three, likes of Gay, Idrissa Gana Gay, Danilo Pereira, Ander Herrera, the likes of Gini Wijnaldum move they have signed. Let's not forget Marco Verratti has been there since ages at Paris. So where does Pogba fit in? Whom do you bench? Whom do you bench? Armin Singh, hi man, welcome to the show. Do hit the subscribe button, man. Also to the fact that you never know like what PSG do, especially they're trying to get a forward in a replacement of Kylian Mbappe in the form of Cristiano Ronaldo. That would be a much more big signing than Paul Pogba, and they are governed by FFP rules as well, so they cannot offer that humongous amount of wages to both the players that they are wanting to. At the moment, Kylian Mbappe doesn't earn in that stature. His next contract would be something of that sort. Even if they manage to keep Kylian Mbappe, it would be of that sort only. Other than that, I think Paul Pogba is assessed. There have been proper reports. My sources have been telling me that Paul Pogba is assessing his options is bullshit. Paul Pogba will stay at Manchester United this season and the season coming beyond. They are just negotiating for a better contract. He's 28 years old as a midfielder. Probably this is his last proper contract in the game. Last proper 5-year contract. They're pushing for it. Mino Raiola is pushing for it. He comes with a baggage, but he is a phenomenal player. Paul Pogba, seeing the likes of Rafael Varane, Jadon Sancho coming on United on the course of being a European heavyweight, why would he miss that chance? He'd be second fiddle at PSG sometimes. He'll miss out matches where they'll play Marquinhos and Verratti. There's no place for Paul Pogba. There is absolutely no place for Paul Pogba. I don't think Paul Pogba will stay. I hope I'm wrong. I think he will stay. All the rumors that have been coming out of it are just media hogwash. Are just media hogwash over here. Nobody's going to award him a 400-year contract, 400k a week contract. Who's going to do that? Real Madrid is not going to get that. Salary cap especially. Going back to Juventus, they are in financial troubles of their own. They're looking to release players. Not sure even if they release Cristiano Ronaldo, Paul Pogba can be the difference maker. Especially if they sign Locatelli. Where does again Paul Pogba fit in? There's no space. There's no space, especially with the partnership that he has with Bruno Fernandes, and probably a proper defensive midfielder coming in with Rafa Varane coming in, with Sancho coming in. You can see that this Manchester United side means business in European football. Don't you think so? Do leave me on the comments that what do you think. Other than that, I think Mino Raiola is getting his sleeves on a roll because of a new contract. If Pogba wanted to leave, he would have left already. Would have made his agent would have. The main deal breaker in all of this is that his agent has remained quiet. His agent doesn't remain quiet. His agent has remained quiet. Why? Because he has a face to save if he doesn't get that offer and he has to stay at Manchester United. I think his agent has been warned by Manchester United club staff to keep the rumors out of it, to keep his views out of it. I think he has mellowed down a bit because for such a long time you have not seen him speak about Paul Pogba, which is very, very unlikely. Very much unlikely by the characteristic of Mino Raiola, the idiot that he is. He's not spoken about him. He's spoken about Erling Haaland, mind you, but not of Paul Pogba. That is the biggest indicator that Paul Pogba will probably stay. Also to the fact that he is somewhat of a leader figure in Solskjaer's dressing room. He doesn't want to stay at United. He wants to play under Solskjaer. He has that bit of a courtesy in him. He's been driven by his agency. I understand where that comes from. Their agent wants him to get the best deal, play for the best clubs. Mino wants 30 million from the Pogba agreement, right? If that's the scenario we are in paying for him. These are just rumors of that come out. We don't know what is actually going on underneath, do we? There's very little. There is actually very little stuff that we actually know about. These are all just rumors that are floating about, people selling papers in the name of Mino Raiola, in the name of Paul Pogba. You'll see a lot of contrasting rumors. Like if I start with the next topic, two names that I'll say. One is Vinicius Jr., another one is Saul. Recently, if you scroll through Twitter, you could have seen that a Vinicius Jr. was linked with a move to Manchester United, who were willing to pay 80 million for him. Like seriously, this was Marca trying to amp up the space for Kylian Mbappe. Probably 80 million would be the price tag for Kylian Mbappe with 1 year remaining on his contract. You see how the media works at gaining up price. If somebody takes him on a loan as well, you never know what kind of things this might pop up into. These are exactly the terminologies the media use. They did a very good podcast with Mr. Costa Pandey, who's a journalist who's recently taken over in the Italian football as editor-in-chief. And absolutely, I'm proud of him and absolute congratulations to him from my side. But the fact that I've learned from him that suppose the Sancho deal, Italian papers are reporting. That's when intermediaries come in. Some clubs want to get out the leak of information to gain up media hype and windfall, to gain a change in their stocks. They do it such so that they have hamper in stock. The links are there. People are searching them more. Their click-through rates have increasing. These are analytics that are there in social media that they have a dedicated team upon. Why do you think they do this? Where do you think the intermediaries get the information that they leak? There is some source, right? Not all, actually all credible sources. Not everyone just goes on there, becomes a keyboard warrior and puts in random names on the list. Doesn't happen. Similarly, what I was saying that Vinicius Jr. and Saul, these two players, like Saul had been linked with Liverpool, then to Barcelona, then to Manchester United, and now he's not finding a club. Especially people saying that Saul was a class player. He was a class player before he had his chronic knee injury. When he had that, before that, Atletico Madrid rewarded him with a 7-year contract. Nobody does that. And now they have already announced Rodrigo de Paul. They're wanting to sell him at 30 million. United inquired for him after he scored the Bayern goal that season. And over 100 million or close to 100 million fee was quoted, and they're wanting to sell him less than 35 million, something to recoup of that Rodrigo de Paul deal. It's clear indications that Saul is on the market, and linking him with the likes of Manchester United, likes of Barcelona, with the likes of Bayern Munich, Liverpool, all the heavyweight clubs. You'll see him ending up in like a Villarreal or Valencia. No disrespect to them. Maybe an Everton or somewhat club like they just want to get him off their books and want any fee possible because they know there's no future with him. Vinicius as well. If Mbappe comes in with the Rodrigo, the number one choice, I don't think Vinicius has a future. He'll be sold, and he'll not get that much of value. Nobody would want to pay 25. Nobody even would want to pay 25 million for Vinicius Junior. Even how much of a contract he has. Even how much of wages he commands, how much, like, the performance he gives is so much horrendous. Like, who would want to invest more than 25 million and they quoted 80 million? 80 million for Vinicius Junior. Imagine the scene, like, legit, these are things that actually I don't understand. But these are the media PR game that they do to actually find a buyer. They want windfalls in the social media spectrums. That's why they do this. There's no other reason for this. Absolutely no other reason for this. Okay. Now coming to the most awaited part, the Rafael Varane news. I have some insider info, folks. Is that United have already agreed with Rafa Varane. The contract, the deal, everything is agreed on United's part. Fabrizio Romano has reported that, of course. Other than that, Rafa Varane has told Real Madrid he is leaving. But he's not made that public because he is a respectable guy. He is a respectable guy. He wants to go out on a proper way. He has a legacy at Real Madrid. Doesn't want to destroy that. Absolutely doesn't want to destroy that. He's seen how rampant the fans can be at Santiago Bernabeu. He wants to keep his supporters intact. That's why he's been keeping on saying he wants money. That's true. This is the last contract. As a professional myself, you want your raise. Real Madrid, because of the salary cap, cannot offer more than 7.5 million a year to him. What Manchester United have effectively doubled his 5 million a year to 10 million, probably 11 million a year with bonus. That's what attracts him the most. Also, the fact that he wants to play in the Premier League. He wants to play in the Premier League. Paul Pogba has been talking to Rafa Varane, as what I've heard about Manchester United. There are a lot of things going on in between that we don't know about players. Paul Pogba has given a proper feedback about Solskjaer and the team. Is what I've heard. And he's the only Frenchman in the squad, and that he has gained some encouragement about that. Griezmann as well. Paul Pogba talked with Griezmann, but that move didn't materialize. And he knows, Varane knows what happens. He's seen firsthand what happens with Casillas. He's seen firsthand what happens with Ronaldo. But at Manchester United, he's seen how much amazing they treat people as legends if they perform well. How much love they get, how much of a cult figure they are. Varane wants that at this age of the career. Absolutely, that is his agenda at this moment of time. Other than that, Real Madrid are looking for the fee. The fee that has been mooted, 50 million pounds. 50 million pounds is what Sevilla has put a price tag on Jules Koundé. Now there are two options in this. Number one, as United have done the Jadon Sancho deal and Real Madrid had done the Gareth Bale deal, they're looking for amortization. They want to pay 15 million upfront for Rafa Varane and the rest in the next 3 or 4 years. Probably a 4-year split, 4-year contract plus 1-year extension is what Man United offer players other than 25-year-olds. So 2026 is the 4+1 that Manchester United generally offers. So 4-year breakthrough in the deal with 15 million upfront and 3 other installments. That Real Madrid will only agree if that pays for Jules Koundé, which Sevilla want cash upfront, because La Liga doesn't have cash to moot about with. That's the problem. That's why the deal is taking so much time. Real Madrid knows Varane wants to move. Manchester United knows Varane wants to come to us, but there is lack of movement just because of this. Sevilla are taking time. There are very less or to no chances that Varane extends. If not, Manchester United pull off and Manchester United know that the longer they take in this deal, the more pressurized Real Madrid will get. Imagine if we don't even get Rafa Varane and January arrives he'll go for a knockdown price at around 10, 11, 10, 15 million. That low. That low. Directly like an 80% cut on the fee. Directly. No two ways about that. This is because Real Madrid wills, and we know how ruthless Florentino Perez is. He will sell. He's already gone with David Alaba and Eder Militao with his preferred partnership in defense. Nacho is there. They're looking at Jules Koundé. The Jules Koundé deal is actually holding it up. Whether they want Pau Torres or whether they want Jules Koundé, they want probably Jules Koundé because already they have David Alaba, the left-footed defender who will be playing in defense. They want Rafa Varane, someone of that sort. They want Rafa Varane to go, and they want Jules Koundé, someone of that sort of right-footed defender can cover the right half of the defense to replace him. And that is why this deal is taking so much time. People have been being impatient about this. Let me tell you this, that the Rafa Varane deal is happening. It is happening by all means and all causes. It is happening. Absolutely, it is happening. No matter how much you read on Twitter, no matter how much Samuel Lakas reports, no matter how this deal is happening, my insider sources have confirmed me that this deal is happening. Only a few times remain. Just a few times remain. Other than that, do hit the subscribe button on the channel, to hit the like button as well if you are to vote on the channel, the community post as well. After that, let's come on to the Trippier scenario. And this is some sort of an interesting ploy, whereas you like, this is something of a complicated term, where you know that this United want Kieran Trippier in the money of Diego. They want to profit from Diogo Dalot because they have Ethan Laird already in the ranks who's similar to Diogo Dalot and wants to keep Ethan Laird rather than Diogo Dalot. Diogo Dalot at this age, he'll fetch the maximum amount of money. He needs to play week in, week out. He'll not get that chance because we prioritized Aaron Wan-Bissaka over him. That is the reason for that. But Diogo Dalot, even if he stays, he is a very good player for me, but I don't think he would accept a bit part role. He has ambitions of his own. Absolutely. Kieran Trippier, a beauty boy, born in beauty, wants to come to Manchester United. Probably has 2 years left on the contract. And Atletico Madrid are asking around like 35 million euros from him. For him. That's obnoxious. At most a 10-12 million deal is what United are looking to spend on. That's the least of the priority. The major sign that United have completed or probably agreed in principle the Rafa Varane deal is UCL host of midfielders being linked, one after the other. The Rafa Varane news has died down on the media. They shifted their focus onto the midfielder. Eduardo Camavinga is looking a very good deal, but he wants to go to Madrid as well next season. But at the moment, if United offer, similar like Donny van de Beek, United have such a sensational team in such a knockback price, will have a higher resale value in the future, why not invest on him? United needs, like, even though we're not a selling club, we have made a lot of losses selling on players. If we can buy Eduardo Camavinga and sell him on for around 100 odd million, that we can just buy any other player. We want replaceable players. The likes of Declan Rice being at 100 million, who by the way has rejected a contract at West Ham. Yes, the third contract offer is rejected. He wants Manchester United more than what Manchester United want him. That's the scenario. Manchester United want to sell Lingard and they're like offering Lingard plus around 25 million. The first offer that I've heard is what they're offering for Declan Rice, which will be rejected. All of us know that. They want to go as high as 30 million euros. That's it. 30 to 35, probably 35 plus Jesse Lingard, no more than that. Manchester United value Jesse Lingard at 35 million right now. And that's fair if Declan Rice can be valued at 100 million, whom I don't fancy. I fancy more Calvin Phillips or Thomas Soucek, who has been the destroyers, and Declan Rice has been the ball carrier. We need a destroyer in the team to let Paul Pogba and Bruno Fernandes flourish. Not another ball carrier. We have the ball carriers. We have the ball players. We need a snatcher, and Declan Rice has his abilities. He's not a number one snatcher. Even Ruben Neves is being mooted. People have have some misunderstanding about Ruben Neves. He's a smashing defensive midfielder. I've seen him play in the championship. He was playing as a number 6 back then when Wolves were not playing a back 3. His statistics, as shown by Statman Dave the other day, were fantastic. And his ball winning is underrated. Like, when I speak with proper proof. Even I thought Ruben Neves is a more of a better box to box. But he is an all-round player. Trust me, he's an all-round player. I've seen him work. I've seen his tackles. He, at a price of 30 million, it's a no-brainer. Ruben Neves can do everything. His passing range is immaculate. He's strong on the ball. He's very physical. It's very difficult to get the ball off him. It's what Solskjaer wants, right? If you can be happy with Eduardo Camavinga playing next to Pogba and Bruno Fernandes, Ruben Neves is by far an improvement on Eduardo Camavinga in that position. He knows how to play deep. We want an orchestrator and a ball winner. Probably if people want to go with Rice, why not Ruben Neves? He's 24, is yet to hit his peak. Why not? Where's all the... Both are essentially the same player. Just the fact that Ruben Neves plays in a 2-man midfield, whenever he plays for Portugal, he plays the deepest. Have you noticed that? In the Nations League, when Ruben Neves was playing, he's playing the deepest as the holding midfielder. He can do very good job over there. One of his primary positions, Ruben Neves. He can play up front. That is something different. But he's not limited to that position. That's my counter agreement to that fact. Of course, if you disagree, people have their views. I understand that, but this is something people should consider. If they are happy with Eduardo Camavinga playing next to Paul Pogba and Bruno Fernandes, you should be happy with Ruben Neves signing. 35 million euros is a steal. Now another, Mario Cortanega, tier 1 for Madrid, reports that Manchester United are interested in a longer negotiation to put more pressure on Real Madrid because they know that Varane has to be sold this summer. Might be a counter tactic by Real Madrid because they want the money. Okay, Manchester United have had a first official offer of 40 plus 5 million rejected for Rafael Varane. Both parties resume talks. Real Madrid want closer to 70 million euros. This is somewhat of a third tier. I don't think this is a proper news. People just selling is, but this is breaking that Manchester United have had a first official offer of 40 plus 5 million rejected for Rafael Varane. Both parties, I think that the 70 million fee is what they're holding out. Rafael Varane has agreed personal terms with Manchester United, the English side, to secure an agreement with Real Madrid around 50 million for the transfer. Something of that sort. 50 million is the price I think is going to be mooted. Other than that, I don't see any other news. If you guys want any news for me to cover, to talk to me about, to leave it on the comments. PSG are very interested in Paul Pogba, but no contact or offer yet. The player wants to weigh all options before making a decision on what may be the last pick contract of his career. What did I bloody say right now? This is just breaking 9 minutes ago. What? Like, people are tapping my channel, like Sky Sports tapping my channel or what? This is literally, this is common sense, right? There is some talk that Solskjaer wants to keep Lingard because, this is Sam Luckhurst by the way, that Rashford's injury, because of that, essentially United are keeping their options open. United do not seem that they will close the deal for Rafael Varane. Similarly, Marca reporting the same thing. They want to lengthen out the negotiations. Conflicting reports say that Real Madrid are about to transfer Rafael Varane. If he is not renewing his contract, Madrid expect to sell Varane for at least 50 million. Manchester, however, know the lower starting price and know that the best way is being by letting time pass. Sancho announcement as well. If you want the Sancho announcement, I'd say Sancho announcement would be coming on later in probably Friday evening or probably Saturday, first hour of Saturday. Lucas Narvath reports that Rafa Varane didn't want to, but he has to rejoin Real Madrid's training. Further situation clarifies itself. Madrid are not going to accept Manchester United's first offer, and United will not improve the offer soon as they want a cheap deal. Basically, United asking Varane to force the deal himself. That is why the offer is being placed. Let's see what happens. You'll get the more share of news as the days goes by. You'll get the more fair share of news as it comes in. But I think I'll keep it at that. Thank you guys for joining in. This is your boy Neil for Netflix Football with the European Transfer Thursdays. Tomorrow I think there won't be any show because I have some work. So Saturday is Manchester United versus QPR. The watch along will be on from 7:30. So do join in on the commentaries. You'll be getting the links as well. Do let me know any other improvements you want me to make the channel. If you want to invest, you can do so. If you want to donate, you can do so. The number is down below. Not necessary, but if you feel a bit of warmth in your heart, you can do so as well. With that, I think that is time for me. I think that is definitely time for me. not to leave you all behind, but sincerely to anticipate another crazy transfer window. Whenever Manchester United are involved in transfer dealings, it is crazy. Also, do hit the like button and do hit the subscribe button to the channel. Would be amazing feat for you guys to support me. The immense support that you've shown, absolutely amazing. See you all on Saturday 7:30 p.m. Do keep tuning in to Netflix Football. You've been amazing. Bye bye for now. We'll see you on Saturday evening. Bye.